disinformation machine of the new patriotic party, President Mahama gave him the opportunity to present any evidence for making that claim. He now claims, after being invited, total falsehoods and lies.
Sa NDC for 10 operation recover all loot no. It came from Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. And na John Mahama Jina no so can say Oba recover all the loot. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong and Osisua or running a whole MPP government down. And running Bawumia down. And running Obia down.
Yes, someone for you now kwaba ibium emra jumadi ya sanso ahia ensama ekoso ewo o my Ghana mu yede ni nyina ebre her for his excellency John Dramani Mahama wayi opening kese bi adi ama sisi ameno kasei ensem bebre ene freche eba enwachi after set minority no emeki allegations bi efa enuboni bia na omususu say ebefa o my Ghana mu na akoye nsem bebre no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the government o ma ba bonten ade nsem bebre aba tudwa ama sansem no akwakoye nsem bebre commander ade mu nsem nyina ebeba eno achi nsuso no NPP amane ko still Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Honorable Kennedy Agyapong Oral and say beef no kwa na ekoso na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nkrofo no de womo se da bi womo na omo de nsem bia tudwa achem se ora na NDC for dia ba no eye Honorable Ken ene de sade no ema NDC for eno achi akotwetwe nsem bebre aba quick one yebekona for your ransom ni commander boko de
Director boko
aransana no yenko na fe no yenko this video emra and say Felix Ofusu kwache or nsem bebre atudwa na menimse ye ba odi nchemu ni nyina ebeba na afi no opening kese a His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wey na di no odi sansem no so atoa so na bibia ai kama enti eye opening ba ya yentie this video emrai ba commander de eberaho.
In the last few days, the disinformation machine of the new patriotic party has been ratcheted up and they've taken it a notch higher. This time Reverend Intim Fodjo, who also doubles as the Member of Parliament for the good people of Asin South, has made very wild claims to the effect that 2 aircrafts which passed through Ghana for various reasons were carrying drugs, and that was the reason why they were here. He also alleged that they were involved in money laundering, and therefore he was calling for investigations. As you may be aware, President Mahama gave him the opportunity to present any evidence or any basis he has for making that claim to the security services, so that together we could look into the matter to ascertain whether there was any truth in it. I can report to you that because he knew he was peddling total falsehoods and lies, he now claims, after being invited to assist with investigations, that he was speaking on behalf of the committee that he was part of, and that the views he expressed were not his personal views. So because of that, he says he's unable to cooperate with the security agencies. I say that he was peddling falsehood because the facts as they exist vary completely from the claims that he made. When he made that claim, he was only seeking to peddle falsehood in a bid to undermine the confidence that the people of Ghana have in this government. The truth is that 2 aircrafts with completely different purposes arrived in Ghana, and their arrival was perfectly legitimate, and they were here for very genuine reasons. The first one is an Antonov flight 12BK with registration number CVK 7037. Now this flight essentially is a cargo plane which arrived on the 12th of March 2025. Now, no plane arrives in Ghana without a landing permit. So this plane secured a landing permit with number GAF/TMAO/25/7863. Now, the purpose for arriving in Ghana was what we call a technical stop essentially, this is a cargo flight that was destined for the European Union market. And European Union regulations dictate that some specific regulatory requirements be met before any plane of that sort can enter the EU. Now, this plane originated from Luanda in Angola. It was loaded with oil drill equipment and lubricant oil, which were contained in jerrycans. It was headed for the EU market. Now, Luanda does not have the certification to carry out the sort of requirements that this plane had to meet before entering the EU market. Now, the specific requirement is a scanning and screening RA3 procedure, which is a requirement to enter the European Union. Rwanda doesn't have it. The Swiss cargo facility at the Kodoka International Airport has that certification, and they can do that kind of scanning. Whilst here, it developed an engine blade fault. Its engine blade was damaged, and then it was also detected that there was severe oil leakage, which required immediate attention. For that reason, a replacement aircraft, URCEZ, with registration number CVK 7007, was brought in to evacuate the cargo. The aircraft that was damaged remained here for 13 days. That is between 12 March and 25th March 2025. After it had been inspected by aviation security officials of the Narcotic Control Commission, officials of National Security and National Intelligence Bureau, no contraband or unlawful commodities were found on the aircraft. Now, the second aircraft in question is a Hawker 800 XP with registration number N823AM. Now, this aircraft is operated by an organization called AirMed International, which is based in Birmingham, Alabama, in the United States of America. It operates as an air ambulance. Now, Air Medical International flights in Ghana are handled by Tropicana Airlines. Now, this plane landed in Ghana on 20th March from Gran Canaria, Las Palmas, Spain, having gone through Luanda in Angola. Now, it was also here for a technical stop, which is refueling and crew rest, which is perfectly legitimate activity. It was cleared to land in Ghana with clearance number GAF TWXR252604 OFAA 0297/25. Now, whilst it was landing in Ghana, it developed a tire burst and some difficulty with its landing gear, and therefore needed to remain here to be serviced. So another aircraft with registration number N864 arrived on 22nd March with tires and flight engineers from Luanda to replace the damaged tires of the aircraft. Now, once this was fixed, it departed the Kotoka International Airport on 25th March. The aircraft was once again inspected by officials of aviation security, officials of national security, officials of the National Intelligence Bureau, and NACOC, who made sure that it did not contain any unlawful substances, as alleged by Reverend Intim Fojo. So, in a nutshell, the claims of Intim Fojo are false. He cannot prove it. That is why he is running away from the investigative bodies. He is unable to provide any shred of evidence to back his claim. I urge you to be wary of a desperate MPP that believes that the best way to claw his way out of the humiliating defeat they suffered in December 2024 is to peddle these falsehoods under the guise of performing legislative oversight. Whilst we welcome legislative oversight and scrutiny and criticism of any sort aimed at ensuring that we improve upon governance, it is important to condemn this level of political obscurantism, which is deliberately targeted at misinforming people and misleading the public and bringing government's name into disrepute for no reason. Reverend Intim Fojo has failed to honor the invitations extended to him by national security because he does not have a shred of evidence, and he will never be able to provide any evidence to back his claim because none of the things that he said were true.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
Felix Ofosu Kwache.
Of course.
It seems that this time, His Excellency.
Yeah.
John Dramani Mahama, the second coming, and say, why what pa? The allegations not talk for my pet now with immediate effect. Wababontin, Ababe Yin Semano, online 2016. They are told no. Was that 2016? Sansan some the opposition.
Yeah, heading up
to Dubai.
Yeah,
Wakoye say. Now President Emiana no.
Yeah,
but this time, and yes, I neko. And some of those so many opening Cassiana, Mampania Gina Juma Free in Semino. I don't know what child, but you saw with you.
Well, right, I mean, I was now in charge of one fee. Yes, I said, I ain't common free. I buy now say a video. Your question, Yana Felix Ofusukwache, Minister of Communications. I said, Minister of in charge. I buy no communications and all. And I watch it, but right and come out, Tiawa, not or dim come or clear air or sign a binity concerning allegation. Minority, no question say. Reverend Intim Fodjo, yeah, or yet member of parliament, a Sun South, a Babonti be make allegations be brana or Tremiso. If you Mushem, you will be landing or Kotoka International Airport in the month of March, or more reliable source, Etro Musa, a Dinuboni, any Sika, and a buyer. In Tea, Man Peninsula Babonti, me be this uncle money be brave. Yeah, Man Peninsula Tresse, or Mother Fano, no a bomb with. Evidence, any investigation. Right, Felix Ofusukwache, I check the situation in them. And I said, "Oh, my invite honorable Reverend Tim Fodjo, Saka, or more with evidence, not only investigation. Or we invite no. Papa say, no credit a man, only personal information you are dema omo. Nana when you committee moon commander OD.
Baba said that all cancer no. Say best story no. All canon, or flight number nina, HB Biantina, ye who is information crano, and legit.
Right, I said, not Ghana for the brace to say information, and no crescent your canon. And tea a buyer, not yes, but they said, I buy my security service, no coffin, no, or provided the needed information now. Abani here dia one hono e dia ma wo mo the right accord and boachi bidin apani ni information biana or sample resist anya dia o man ho kwan say o mo fa nya nhwehwem wo huni so oni evidence bia nti wo che no kra na wo de me kokwa mi kita krata bia but Felix Ofusukwache a kire plane na e belande ye no wa kire mu say plane no dodo na no ni mienu na di kalande ye no e ye plane na e free Rwanda Angola na e ko Europe na first one no a cargo plane na eswan niema na eso oil any other things e dey ko na omuni eniema wo mo airport ho a ye be screen wo to the standard of European market dey no na wo so mo be screen wo Ghana na omo get certificate ni license no ha na omo dey ko right aside that plane no before esan eka ho and e che wo ha other plane e dey akade afi omu kromba ya omo be repair yo omo dey ko ye nti we dey aban no akle air
enti ni ti atwa mu no Felix Ofusukwache aba be chense mu ne ekoso nyina na se we say no se ye go deeper na kamia ko se no kwanhye da ni nsem na minority ne be kan ye no
yes sana watch
aden na eba ne say ya nipa na obeka sansem no mumfa ne mfa mra kwa so because ye tena say ya wan hwe ya say ya na manfo be because omunim se omu kasa enko ba bia se na no ya na meka ne se untumi da juma ni ba ko ebe kekan ya OSP ekoche na wa san pia bontia wa san cheche nsemu no nti eba sa na eba ma obi abetimi akasa because eba chini ebe chokeke ebe ka se be yin sema no ukoyin sema no uko free basenke na obi a misinform ene ya che no ne de na ko ene ye de na famra kwa so a ko obi a misinform bi
right asem ni nyan because se uti asem we ya asem a wo se ye di plana eso no bone any sika ba o man nim right according to Aban communication so no so abetirem say enya sa plane na etu kwan ye adwuma ko ne ba bi and e benya afford e bi so adwuma ne namu a eye ne adwuma ti right say e ba say ya na say e jai di pa no fa ne hudi a e ma Ghana for bebre o ma ba mu bu e wo nyama bi ho and I believe say eye ko eye no eye san but e better to be no amanfo bi o mu gina Aban na chi a da bi o mo bo Aban na ba so say they are communicating o ma ba mbebu because enye communication kwa keke
because say no minority no kamia ko say allegations o mo de ba bontin nyina eye pro
of course
allegations o mo de ba bontin nyina eye pro je be sempani for say wo mo fo mo famra kwa so
yeah because you are the better say plane abelande or airport wabra wo wankasa no unni prove bia say plane ye belande yi esunu bone na waba bonta ba ka say esunu bone a right at the end of the day say nyesa e wo se chew
na so ni evidence bia wo ko kasa nsem na
right me problem me wo pan say nipa na obeka asa asem oye sofo oye member of parliament enti sofo pani a wo say MP right utimba bonte be ka asem try without evidence na security services afraw say won sem obeka ye no fa ho evidence bra okotena o manima wo say uni evidence bia eye committee bia oda committee na uni committee ni eye adwuma no eye committee hu komani abobo ena na wudi the right asem we you know understand na
minority no munya sa ne mo ya
the right but when you are part of frustrations are sometimes in politics opposition parties try say omo frustrate incumbent government but we mo de no em say frustration akoye ntro ene chesen sema odwene ho a won tell but a very bad it's up to them say omo change anya sa said ye koye you know the government will strike on them kwancha e be hadwen
na manya no je se mampani so ayi obi adi
yeah of course
why ram kitu abi na fe yenko ani man
well the right after nsem we nyina chi ena Ghana mampani his excellency John Dramani Mahama watwere krata e de akwa pani a oye in charge of Ghana civil aviation say we yi na di onkonko tenafie na according to krata secretary to the president Mr. Dr. Callistus Mahama atwere e de ababonte say opani e from Charles Kraku ya onom ena oye in charge of Ghana civil aviation no on fa na dwuma nto ho with immediate effect onko tenafie na fi Stephen Wilfred Atta ento adwuma no so emfiri ba bia ya duria nti wei eye amane a efiri mampani secretary na so ye eba no
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ye bompa ye se nipa de na be hye hoyi oba adwuma kama wo se ba ne se dia se wo ye obi afi ho e de obi aba be hye wa ye nkasa
of course
ye bompa ye se nipa ne betima ye adwuma perfect ebema wa mamuo no aye successful eno na ye hwehwe en konko ebu achibidi
because we kra no said the timing na ni ade no na me dwene se aban ne pese aviation side ho ne se nsem ho pa because so wo check airport nse nsem ya nti aban ne pe obi a obetimi no collaborate obi a ne communication with the government no any difficult
allegations ne ya dos
nti aban ne pe ne huni pa o said be asem bi esi a ode evidence ode no kre e ba beto aban se sei na esi said be aban no emre communication ho right yen hwe said ye besi akọ
na Honorable Kennedy Agyapong Oral enenne ne ho aba asem yi o abusua ama MPP fo ni bi e de atodwa se ora na NDC fo eye ora omo hwehwe MPP fo nsem no Honorable Kennedy ena awia no no de sansem no akwa NDC fo omo de ye sa adwuma no nto de yenko ne ntie we mra na ye ba abusua information wa che pa
look mama kan no krebi ntro sa NDC for term operation recover all loot no it came from Honorable Kennedy Agyapong Honorable Kennedy Agyapong ko share delegate for we be no catch them say NPP for they are looting the state Ghana like there's no tomorrow sa ehon no e no kan say Owura Henry Cote awia aban sase amowia ba kokora ton ma no e no wie ho ba asem and ho no kan say NPP is looting the state as if there's no tomorrow. And na John Mahama Jine no so can say oba recover all the loot. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong can say people for a loot no. It is Musa na can say dia enye no kre. And I may say Crawford di atem. Ye di atem di en kan ho. E be kan no kre. Look, me say me anapo me nim say we be bank me sa video ni buy. Not also light green top, light green Lacoste, any blue jeans. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Na me refi baby o share delegate for no. And no catch no can say MPP the government and MPP they are looting Ghana as if there's no tomorrow. And at that particular meeting, and no can say Henry Cote we are aban sase no we are cry to bi ama no. Ono Kennedy Agyapong mo atoma e ho abasem. Enti e no na e gina suma Jomama can say oba recover all the loot NPP for loot and that is what brought about operation recover all loot. Hona say fi buy. Enti no Musa Dankwa wontimi enyi Honorable Kennedy Agyapong free mu. In fact say wo ye NPP ni da sebere e ka be ye bosumi miunu ni e beto aba no. MPP phone to me hwe TV.
Dabi.
MPP phone to me hwe TV.
Because
so TV na Honorable Kennedy Agyapong and Osiswa or running the whole MPP government down. And running Bawumia down. And running Obia down. Na e woso. Na it's a sha.
no akuma.
And no pen NDC. No NDC for ankasa kra anye campaign. That is what they use to campaign against the new patriotic party.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Roger.
Chama Wontumi ne nkrofo.
Asemo.
Me nim say ya no ma hyeda.
Roger, adwuma na nkasa ne se ebro so a saa neba.
Ana me nim se omo ye adwuma na. Omo nim se amanfo tie wo mu. Ana se omo nim se omo party nkrofo na MPP fo na etie wo mu. Ase omo nsem ni mu ha.
Roger, se utie said ye omorane omon semina the comments na ifri omanu mu bana but a short clearly say in oma dream no omutwe say eye omo a omudi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia chi empani tenti say omo kasa they talk for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia any ni followers omo di na chinko a rota e ba say so a no kwanya me enkoyi rota what thing say eye oma na ye yenti da bia no said ye be ya oma ni be yenti every single political party a omo we ni power eye ye no oma sem bia ba e was ye digging to the grounds na ye digging root ni na because at the end of the day say fofia and water na party bi start say oye ni ma bi enye na yanka ho asem na party ni we ni aba na obedu o man so na ne manya e ba afiti enyina
na we say no say Honorable Kennedy Kennedy Oral no ma NDC
okay
that means say Honorable Kennedy ene nipa o lead MPP a e be ye because on na dwene o man ho
Roger
ene o de Oral
very simple
na NDC afa Oral no mo de ye adwuma e recover all looter that means say Honorable Kennedy or your best leader
Roger asem nya because omo kasa asem no ana medwi so kenti Chama Wontumi ni media house na say ni media house ne je omo gitum say obi party ba ban ma ipa no mebokro no na onko because say okase within MPP say obi akwa kogina ba bia ka say MPP for bokro no to say dia ochina bia ni ho and ama NDC for no more position so decide say ni omo ba dia omo ba twetwem no magye sa niema na the rata two situations na woka dia all kire ye say obi bokro no ene obi so ahu say asama sisi we bokro no dia mekwa akogye ade na ba me mane nko west rata wo se sa nipa na o kire say obi bokro no oye mammofo ba de o bokro no ne dia oye kronkro ye nya no the rata etimi bisa say ene ya menu gusu kese sa ade ti ne say NDC as a political party omakobo busia ebi a $4 billion o ma chesika na di MPP fo no ba enei o mo Wontumi media o mo kaso ene chama friend say Honorable Kennedy ene ko kan sem ene NDC fo so mu no o mo ba so ampa NDC fo ya de so ma wi o man sika o mo kodi right that is the situation are you it is set aside here Honorable Kennedy should be praised in MPP let's just say within MPP no ono nko ane kan okra wo ma at least party na mu no mo bokro no a eduru bi obetima abamota ba kase say na me party for ne ye
enti say betra ne kase Honorable Kennedy and a best candidate e was say olidi MPP a say yenye boni bia
yeah David brother because
almost show clearly say they are koso nyina no Honorable Kennedy and a best
yeah because at the end of the day say looting koso mo party now you feel like a normal thing e ma obi ankoka meaning say munyina mo ye corrupt you don't deserve to lead the country enti say mo party no nko na aka wo wiase a na say mo amu wo hoyi na ye mo a eni ke be jaye nyi leader but within mo party ni say obi wo ma on so saade no so dia that person should lead you
but commander sense say mo kan kra no omo ton Honorable Kennedy o
and right I say wait here and very simple
omo promote no
and right a promotion ke say a massive endorsement kire say they want Ghanaians to believe say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Chama Wontumi mo omo so kro no so because say won so kro no so a if your party is looting na mo buy na kamo meka sensem na wo kan no na ye ntro na MPP ni bia mo kro no man kasa o
dabi
want man defend say party ni mo kro mo say what top party ni jama bonten so for e na bonten for ato me say ye kromfo say o buy ye kromfo na ukoyi ni ma wa bonten say me ba wo ye kromfo mo nchina say bi wo ye batam papa until they should all accept say at this stage Honorable Kennedy is a good leader in MPP say omo ho no mbeka no kra but right now maybe a problem we nyina fi ahead of 2028 MPP nipa obe leader omo as flag bearer and I shall say in same way nyina eba but problem is we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Nti said the beto ban me kan say even one statement if you can change the outcome of the election.
Yeah.
Nti say am no guso ka say Dr. Monbamia ojina ne baby. Honorable Kennedy jina ne baby. MPP emfa forms e ma bonten. But nsem a mo be kan ne ene de obeye ne no. Time a forms baba mo be to bad. Wo be twa so aba wo. But you can decide say over find ways e means bia e de aweni aba.
Say omu say Honorable Kennedy promotion as a ano day.
Yeah.
They also want to find ways and means be omedi be promote Baumia.
Yeah.
Yeah. No omedi aka say adena kwa kofa we bia.
Yeah, not because adwuma ne de no kura woman say every individual be organ ha bia or person or aspire for presidency no. We agree with the person say obetima agina. But say o make your intentions clear offer forms our party and I say o make your intentions ne clear wia. Yeah work no. Yes, you have every right to say you better analyze the situation. No, say a year you better catch it, and yeah, you better 20 years support to be. As time goes on, every single person be there. Oh yeah, you know, you better catch the end, you better. But I'm sorry, say MPP. Omo nipa o person call for national chairman in the media house.
Okay,
that's so looting. So say yenye katasumu muaso. Omo ye MPP for ntoma bokro ni yenya awomo. Oko kana abanchi oma watu omo dia. Ebata hensha ha NDC for besi a treaty womo a omo lutu ya Kennedy yi womo to no. Afa na sa aban ni chi womo. Na ye je japade wi nso meba be credit Honorable Kennedy Agyapong say oda womo to adi. E ma yetimi chi womo.
Okay, commander no ye de musie ko be sa ba biem. Ya kai fo nyina.